Okay, so I made the time today to get this tutorial done. We're going to install the wig today. So first things first, I combed it, and I was able to get my curls to be nice and wet looking but dry looking with a product I'll show you just now. So you first comb and set up the wig as if it were supposed to be on your head, on a foam head. You can get the foam heads at SNS, not this one in particular, but there's another one, a shorter one. There's a shorter one, it's about maybe this tall, that you'll get. It'll do the same thing, and then you just get some straight pins like I got here just to secure it onto the foam. You pin it, you comb it, you put product in it and everything on the wig head, and then you just take it. When it's time to install, you just take it out and just put it on your head. So I have my baby hairs done, and I did this style. Let's see how it's gonna come out. See all that pattern space, all that lovely pattern space, and you see these curls. Do you see these curls? Let me tell you, these curls are nice and flat and wet, and I combed her maybe about 2 or 3 days ago, and it still looks wet, but it's dry. So this is the product I was talking about that I used. Okay, I'm about to use this on my own hair to see what it's gonna do. It's really thick. It's really thick and gooey. And it smells lovely. Anyways, so that's what I used in all of the hair to give it that wet but dry look. So first things first, you get your hair cornered all the way back. And then you fit your wig onto your head so that you can see what it's gonna look like, to make sure everything is okay. Okay, so my hair is cornered all the way back. I'm just going to put it up with a terry band. It doesn't really matter what happens in the back because the lace doesn't get all the way to the back. It only gets to the, it's only in the front, and it's always going to stay down anyway. I really wish I had a 360 wig right now. I would have just glued the back, and then I could have done my updos, but it is what it is. Next time I'll get a 360 wig. So I'm just putting my head up in the back. Doesn't matter. All right, here it goes. Hey, I look good, don't I? Anyway, so push it all the way back. Okay. So you put it on your head and you angle it, you look at it, make sure everything is okay, see how you like it to be right there. Now before you put it, before you glue it, it would be wise to take your powder, the powder that you usually use for your face, for your makeup, and just put some at the edge, on the edges, so that when you do your makeup you will not have 2 different colors of skin. And so you just bend it over like this. I don't have to do much of that because I already did some. and then you just take your powder and you just powder the edges, sorry. You just powder the edges, so that it's the exact color as your forehead. Hey, shucks, I damaged my palette, but whatever. Anyway, so let's put this hair down for a second. All right. So next up is going to be the gluing part. Now, I have tried 2 types of glues already. No, 3 types of glues from 2018 to now, and this by far is my favorite glue. And freeze spray, these two, the combination. The one I did before was another glue that was so sticky and tacky because of the humidity in St. Lucia. It stayed in your hair, and when it started to get heat and it started to get tacky and run down and all kind of story, and when it's time to take it out, it was baby oil upon baby oil and pulling out, and oh, it was messy. This one, on the other hand, is water will it will wash out with water. So I don't care if I have it in my hair, I put it right in my hair and the water will just take it out. As soon as I wet it, it will come out. And the other thing I noticed when I went down to Soufre, to Jerusalem first, and I wet it, it got wet, it lifted a little, and as soon as it dried, bloop, it stuck right back. Okay.
Yep, so let's jump right in. Like I said before, I am not afraid to put this glue onto my hair because it washes right off. Once you shampoo it, it comes right off. So I love it for that. I can put the wig on my head and stick it. It will stick for the entire day. Leave it, and once I want it off, I just wet it and take it off. This glue takes about, let's say, 3 to 4 minutes to completely dry and get tacky. As you can see, I'm really checking to see when it gets tacky so I can stick it. Right here I'm using the cool setting on the blow dryer so I can speed up the drying process. You don't want to use the heated setting on the blow dryer because it will cause it to keep being sticky. Oh, my favorite freeze spray. This just sets everything in to prepare to stick the wig on. So back into the blow dryer, just making sure everything is nice and dry and everything is tacky. Sometimes the freeze spray will leak a bit, so you could just wipe the edges off completely and just go back in with your blow dryer and dry again. So you're going to keep filling your edges to make sure it's tacky. Once it's nice and tacky and everything is ready, then you go in with your wig. Yep, so a few more seconds. And here comes the fun part. It's time to put that wig on. So I am just stacking the back, making sure everything is alright with the comb that's in the back. And in the front now, just measuring and getting everything well stuck. I should have put the wig up, pin it up to get it out of the way before I stuck it, but that was just a mishap, so I guess next time. Putting the wig on, make sure you stick your corners very tight and snug so that it doesn't lift. That's the place that lifts the most. So I'm using my tooth, the tooth of my edge brush, and getting those edges stuck very nicely and neatly. Because I use the glue in my hair, it's easy for me to just stick and have that natural look where the wig is not all the way in the front of my forehead. It's actually stuck directly on my hairline. just pushing everything down, making sure everything is stuck well, and making sure that those edges, those corners, sorry, are down and not lifting. So right there, if you notice that my baby hairs got stuck a bit in the inside, I'm just gonna pull them out because I don't want my baby hairs stuck. And once when it's time for me to comb and fix the hair, then I can fix my baby hairs directly on my forehead whenever I'm ready to. So I do not stick my baby hairs. The corners are still a little bit lifted, just kept having a little issues here. Should have pinned this up before I started. Anyways, so I'm just going to apply a little bit more of the freeze spray. I'm gonna get it dried a bit and get it stuck so it doesn't lift. It's already kind of stuck. It won't even give me a chance to lift it a bit. But anyways, I'm gonna go back in with my blow dryer so that I can get this piece stuck and neat and natural. Alright, so we're just making sure that everything is stuck and looking natural and laid down to the gods. I got this edge brush thingy from Beauty Max in Baywalk Mall. Making sure that those edges are not stuck, not glued or anything. I'm going to deal with those edges when it's time to style. After I'm done with my makeup and everything, that will be the last thing that I'll do to take care of my edges. Alright, so I do not glue my edges down at all. Everything looks good. I'm feeling comfortable. Everything is dried. And it is now time to tie the edges to make sure that everything stays laid. I got my satin tie thing from SNS. It says mom to be. No, I am not a mom to be, but it will do the trick. I bought it for $3. I am just going to measure. Make sure that the tie has everything down with it so that when I tie, everything stays flat. Yep, the clips that you see there, I also got them from SNS for less than $5. I think it was like $4.50. Yep, that's about it. So you want to keep this on for at least overnight or for a few hours to make sure everything is laid, so everything comes out 100%. So right now it's just a waiting game, and see you in the next video.